Good morning once again, everyone. My name is Brendo, and welcome now. Today, we are going to look at a very beautiful scholarship. When I say beautiful, I mean very good scholarship. And this is not just any scholarship, it's master scholarship, not PhD. We've done a lot about PhD scholarship. This is master scholarship, and it's not just any master scholarship. This is Commonwealth Distance Learning Master Scholarship. I got a lot of questions sometimes in the comments, and people sending me a message privately like, Brendel, I cannot travel for some reasons, but I would love the scholarship. And this one is for you. You can actually get the scholarship to study in the UK, of course, a master's degree in the UK, but anywhere in the world. You could do it as long as you are a citizen of any of the Commonwealth countries. We'll look at a list of the Commonwealth country in the video. So if you are interested in videos like this, please remember to like and subscribe. Once again, my name is Brendo, and I am a doctoral student here, and I receive full funding for my own scholarship here in Strathclyde, University of Strathclyde, United Kingdom. So without further details, I really do not want to make these videos long, so it's going to be as brief as possible. And at the end of the video, I would also attach the link to this site in the video description. So if you want to check this scholarship out, or you know someone who might be interested, you can send this video to them, or you can also check the description for the link to the video. I will give you a step-by-step guide on how to apply for this scholarship. And if there's any document that I think you would need to apply for this scholarship, I would send you a guide or a sample if you indicate your interest in the comment section. So let's jump right into it. Once again, welcome, welcome. All right, so I'm just going to share my screen now and let's talk about it. And voila, so this is what we're talking about. We're talking about Commonwealth Distance Learning Scholarship. Now, this is the home page for the scholarship, and then generally an overview. This gives you an overview of the Commonwealth Distance Learning Program. And like I mentioned earlier, it is for master's programs. Now, there are other master's programs that are not distance learning. We'll talk about those also from Commonwealth, but this one primarily, it is for Commonwealth. The purpose is funded by the UK Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office. Now, we're going to talk about these ones after the other. If you've been watching my video, we've mentioned several types of scholarships. And for many of the scholarships, we mentioned scholarship being given by private bodies and institutions. We mentioned those given by government bodies and institutions. And then we mentioned university-specific scholarship. And I always say my favorite is university-specific scholarship because it is less competitive. That doesn't mean that other scholarships are not good or worth it. This one from Commonwealth, it's beautiful. I've got a couple of friends who also got Commonwealth scholarship, but they are here in the UK. But this particular one is for distance learning. So if you cannot travel for any reason, or you just want additional degree because you're already in a program, or you want something else, please check this scholarship out. You really want to check it out. It's nice. All right, so let's progress. Well, now we know what the scholarship is for. It's for distance learning and it is full tuition, so you don't have to pay anything. Something to keep in mind, is there are certain programs, okay? So you've been given a list of programs and from selected universities. Um, just take that again. So there are certain programs from selected universities that has to be taken. So you can't simply choose whatever you want from any university. So there are selected programs from certain universities, and you have to pick one from them. So we'll just take a quick review of these ones. So this one is for access inclusion. I think I'll just zoom this so that it becomes bigger. Okay, now this is for access, inclusion, and opportunity, and we have different universities here, including University of Manchester, University of Southampton, MA Educational Leadership in Practice, MSc Gerontology, MA Human Rights, MA Online Teaching, MSc Water Management for Development. We also have, if you look at promoting innovation and entrepreneurship, you have MSc Sustainability, MSc Digital Education, for science and technology, strengthening. I think there was one I saw here under health, strengthening health system and capacity. Pretty good one. So look at the universities: University of Lancaster, Edinburgh, Liverpool, and Stirling. And look, just want to talk about one. And like I said, I plan to keep this video as brief as possible. The University of Liverpool, we have Master of Public Health, and this one is so cool. So, so cool. I'll give you an example of what I mean. I've opened it on another tab. Now, before I talk about this particular scholarship, there's something I want you to keep in mind, which is you have to apply as soon as you see this video. It is a dangerous thing to, not really dangerous, but do not keep the video, do not save it for later. You need to take actions as soon as possible. For one reason, you need to secure admission from this university before you apply for the scholarship. So, although the deadline might say something like 2nd of June, but before the 2nd of June, when you submit your application for the Commonwealth scholarship, you should have already secured an admission in your university. So you need to apply to this university. That's something to keep in mind. All right, let's go back to the university. So let's use this as an example from the University of Liverpool. Remember, it's a distance learning program, so it's online. Basically, it's online. And here we are looking at Master of Public Health. It's an online course. Duration is for 30 months, time and online. There's a start date, and you have what you get your award. The awarding body again is the University of Liverpool. That's not what I want to look at. I want us to consider the entry requirement for this program. And this is what I found really fascinating, and I want to share it with everyone. Let's look about some of them. So, you need a master or a bachelor's in medicine or a non-related degree. Look, 2 2. 2 is fine. 2 is fine. You can apply for this. But look at this part. It says, we also welcome applicants without a degree. Applicants without a degree can apply. I think I need to say that a third time. Applicants without a degree can apply for a master's scholarship, master's Commonwealth master's scholarship. That is fascinating. Let's take a little more look at this. So we also welcome applications without a degree, welcome applicants without a degree who will be considered on the basis of holding relevant work experience. So look at the other look at the other programs. If you have relevant work experience, you can apply to this scholarship. Not sleep on this. Now, in addition to the above, of course, English and math. If you have um, at least a CCs in your English and math for those in Nigeria and other part of the world, as long as you're a Commonwealth country, you can apply for this scholarship. Okay. And you need to provide a personal statement detailing why you wish to undertake the program. If you need an example of a personal statement, I can share mine. I know there are many samples online, but I can share mine, the one I use for my own master's program. Remember, the first thing you need is to secure an admission with the university. Okay. For the fees and funding, we are not really concerned because we want to apply for the master's scholarship. And this is the one we are applying for, Master of Public Health, not postgraduate diploma and not postgraduate set. It's master's in public health. But we're not concerned about the fee because we're going to apply for scholarship. Teaching and assessment, about us, testimonies. You can check these things if you're interested. So I could also leave a link to this university webpage in the comment section or in the description of the video. Just let me know. Now, something else to consider is the application process. Now, what is involved in the application process? Well, if you come to here, you find a guide on how to apply. So the first thing is there's an application which must be made using the online application system. Now, something to keep in mind for this particular scholarship, you cannot apply anywhere else. You must apply here. Come to this web page, click on how to apply, and then click online application system. Now, when you click on this online application system, it brings you directly here, where you have to create an account. So I've done that to save you the stress. So you create an account, unless you're an existing user, you can create an account. Are you a citizen of an eligible Commonwealth country? Yeah. So what are the countries? And here you can look at it: Bangladesh, Belize, Botswana, Cameroon, Nigeria. I think Ghana should be here, and other countries too. So if you're from one of this, even Pakistan, you can apply for one of the scholarship. So if we select one, the next thing you get is you have to choose university and the course. So remember, at this point, you should have secured admission. You should have secured an admission. So you can choose any of the following. Remember, if you go through, you can find all of these. So we also have MSc Digital Education from the University of Edinburgh, and University of Stirling also has the Master of Public Health and Data Literacy for Social and Environmental Justice. So when you pick this and you go forward, it asks you for your preferred email address And then from email address, it also asks you for uh, personal details. But I do not want to go to that page because it contains my personal details. But once you get here, the process becomes seamless. Just make sure you have all necessary documents before you go on. And then, of course, here you can see the bar showing the level of completion. After this, something else we want to consider is the application or advice from Commonwealth countries. Now, this part is very important, and I tell you why. They are the ones that would offer the scholarship. So if they tell you advice for I can't speak, applicant, you should check it out. Give an example of some of the some advice from them. So let's look at this. So advice for applicant. Well, you could read this. It is highly competitive. Highly competitive. Unlike university-specific scholarship, these ones are highly competitive. So, which means many very able applicants will be disappointed. How can you ensure you're one of those who secure this scholarship? Well, it says the application must be outstanding across the board. Must be outstanding across the board. Now, what is required? Make sure the eligibility, you're part of it. You can check that on your own. Then what I want us to focus on is the selection criteria, the personal statement. I'll tell you why. Selection criteria, three things: academic merit, impact of work on development. Because remember, you want to really check what is Commonwealth about? Commonwealth as an organization, as a body. What are they about? You need to do your research on them so that you can tailor your personal statement to them, to their goals, to their vision, the impact on the work of development, and then your research study plan. What is your plan? You want to succeed in your work, conclude your program, and how do you plan to use this? Just something to keep in mind when writing the personal statement. And when I say personal statement, not personal statement for application to the university, but personal statement for your Commonwealth scholarship. Now, and going forward, so academic merit, impact of work on development, and research plan. You might want to look at this in three separate subheadings if you want. Um, all right, but now let's look at personal statement. Now, your personal statement is the key. Now, I just want to say something here before we talk about the personal statement. Some persons will say, yeah, I could use ChatGPT, I could use Cloud AI or the other AIs. By the way, I'm researching the use of AI ethically in academic writing. So if you're interested in things like that, you can also let me know in the comment section. And also, if you've been following the videos to this far, thank you so much for watching to this point. Now, let's talk about the personal statement. You could use artificial intelligence, any of the tools to write any of this. But remember, they want to see your human side. So while you use these tools to write it, remember to be human or make it sound human. And more importantly, use it ethically. Just a word of caution, if you know what I mean. All right, let's go back to that part. So once again, the personal statement is your opportunity to give the selection panel a sense of who you are first and why you want to be a Commonwealth scholar. Two things: who you are and why you want to be a Commonwealth scholar. Sorry, I wasn't sharing my screen. Gives you the opportunity to prove who you are and why you want to be a Commonwealth scholar. And remember, you should summarize the ways in which your personal background has encouraged you to make an impact in your home country. If you need a personal one-to-one touch on how to do this, you can just send me a message in the comment section and then we could discuss about that. Okay, we could talk about that one. But this is really cool scholarship. And remember, regardless of the significant disadvantage or personal barrier to higher education you faced, or if you think you are underrepresented in your field of study, you can still apply for this question. And here you have commonly asked questions, frequently asked questions for you to check up on. I promise this video would not be long, so I want to stop here. Thank you so much. And as I would always say, I wish you success in your scholarship pursuit. If you've watched the video to this point and you're interested in any of the materials, could you comment the word tablet, TABLET, on the comment section? That would help me know you've stayed to the end of the video, and I really appreciate it when you do that. Remember to also like and subscribe, and until next time, success in your scholarship application.